That thing is a good tripod. Hi! So, I have a bouncy ball. That's why I have the camera static so you can see me bounce. And today I want to talk about apps. No, not those kind of apps, but apps, like with a hard P. Apps on a mobile phone, Android apps. Specifically the ones in the communication area. Because I wanted to make a video about the apps I am using for a while now, and now I finally find the time to do it. Okay, so let's start with a classic that you should know, that you should have heard about even if you're my mom. Tinder. Okay, so Tinder is basically a dating app where you get shown a picture of a person. You can select if you want to see women or men or both. And then you can either like them or dislike them. So like, swipe right, dislike, nope is what it calls it, swipe to the left. Now, so it's basically hot or not principle. And I used it since I started using it when I was in Bristol, but just for fun. And there is never anything happening on Tinder really for me. But lately, so a few days ago, I met someone that I really like now. So we will see. I haven't met her in real life yet, but yeah, you never know. So that's Tinder. Oh yeah, and also there's this crazy argument that okay, first of all, I think that about 50% of the girls who are on Tinder aren't even single, but they are in a relationship and they're curious as to how Tinder works and what it feels like. Because I think that the experience for girls is a lot different than the experience for boys. Because they just get a lot more likes. That's just how it works. I don't know, social standards. And so I really don't understand if girls are like, what, my boyfriend is on Tinder? That's the worst thing. Yeah, so what? I don't get that. I think that's just so stupid. Yeah, so that's Tinder. But I only mentioned Tinder because there's this other app. I think somebody from Austria developed it. It's called Candidate. And so at Tinder you see profile pictures. With Candidates, it's also basically a dating app, but it works differently. What you get is, you get a set of questions and you can answer them, like with text. And then the one who posted the questions can select from all the participants, oh, I like this one, but first he ranks the questions and then there is a final stage where there are only two people left, and then he can select the candidate from those two people. So yeah, there are two parts. Either you post a questionnaire consisting of 5 questions, or you answer the questions of other people. And if you get selected as a candidate, or if you select a candidate, that's like a match on Tinder. Then you can communicate, and then you can see their profile picture. So it's more based on actual interests and stuff, which I think is much better than the concept of Tinder. That's why I really like this app. However, there are some problems with the app, with the messaging system, and just for me personal, I don't know, but it I did not find so many interesting people on there yet. But you never know. I think the concept of the app is really cool. Now, on to the next one that I've been using consistently over the past few days. Not that much of a dating app, but just for fun. This one is called Jodel. Now, yodeling is it comes from somewhere, I think Switzerland? Anyway, somewhere in this area, somewhere in the Alps. people used to or still do Jodel, and that's basically the Jodel thing where you just scream on the mountain and you hear it on some other mountain parts. Yeah, Google yodeling. Anyway, so basically at the app, it works like this, that you can just post any random sentence that you can think of. Think of Twitter. It's much like Twitter because it also has a character limit. But it's completely anonymous and it's only in the area. Like, I think it's a 10-kilometer radius that the people around me can hear me yodel. And then you can just see what other people are yodeling, and you can upvote and downvote them. Now there's an interesting concept with the karma. So for every upvote you get karma, and for every downvote you lose karma. And if you lost all your karma, you're not allowed to post anymore. And this should, encourage posting interesting stuff and not just random bullshit. And it works pretty well. Like, the people who post random shit, they're downvoted very quickly. And yeah, I like this app because sometimes there are really interesting and funny things happening on Jodel. Like, if you follow the top Jodels, it's nice. And then you always hear the people say, "Oh, I'm so happy that I'm back in Graz, that I have so many Jodels again, because where I live there's nobody yodeling." So yeah, I really like it. Like, my top Jodels got 68 upvotes. I have 5,674 karma at the moment. And it really makes it addictive. Like, I want to have more karma. And yeah, also really fun. I post on the, because it's all anonymous, I post on the several identities, if you will. Like, sometimes I post in English, sometimes I post in an accent, and sometimes I post in proper German, depending on what I want to say. And it's just, like, you can do everything. You can ask questions because there's also a mechanism where you can reply to a yodel. But as I said, everything anonymous and like really interesting. It's a cool app. Like, I can recommend it. You find interesting stuff there. At least if you're living in Graz. I don't know about other cities. I do know about Vienna. Vienna is cool as well. Yeah, but I don't know how popular the app is in other countries. So those have been a few apps that I'm using at the moment. Oh yeah, and of course WhatsApp. That's my standard messenger. I don't know, I just like a messenger that's not text messages, like not SMS, because it has it has a way to figure out if the message was received, it has a way to figure out if the message was read, and you can post pictures. That's the main advantage of WhatsApp over all the other things that are default on an Android device. And I don't know, I didn't really have a reason to use another messenger than WhatsApp, because it's a lot of people have it, like most of the people have WhatsApp and use it, so why not? I mean, it doesn't do a good job in encryption, but then again, I don't really care about encryption. I don't really care who reads my messages. I just want the other person to actually read my messages that I intended it for. But yeah, nothing to hide there, even if you post anonymous on Jodel. Right! Cool! That's been an app date. And you can make a backup. Back up all your WhatsApp history and pictures and whatever else you need to back up. And then I'll see you tomorrow. I didn't do a lot of bouncing, right? But I'll start doing that now. Till tomorrow, see you.